one of those days. What ish? We are here for another episode of Dream Do Done, your accountability podcast with your girls, the How To Coach Tamara Hartley, the Pulpit Chick Serena Brown Travis, who's here with us in spirit today, and myself, Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, the Chief Faithpreneur. We have made it to this point in 2020. So that right there is a hallelujah. We have gotten to this point. I can't believe it's the 21st of December. We're about to close out season 2 of Dream Do Done. So it's a blessing. It's the week that, we're moving from Hanukkah to Christmas to Kwanzaa to New Year. So it's all happening in this flurry of activities. And we just wanted to come on today to be here as we always are, 1-ish every Monday afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, but just really be grateful for the moment, the opportunity, and the platform, and not to take that for granted. So thank you for joining in. Thank you for sharing this broadcast on your platforms with people that are inspired by doing this work together. So I'm going to turn it over to my co-host today, Tamara Hartley, the How To Chick, for her to give her greetings. And we are both greeting you on behalf of Serena. So she's sending her love. She might be in the chat a little bit today, but she has to take care of some other business. So Tamara, my sister, how are you?
I am doing well. I hope everyone out there is doing well as well. I'm listening to the date. Every time we do the show, I listen to Stacey give the date as to where we are in the year. And I'm like, wow, December the 21st. I mean, it's not even snowing here anymore in Ohio. And I'm not asking for it. I'm just saying it's not. But it just doesn't feel like it's winter. And I'm okay with that because I was telling my kid, I said, maybe now Ohio is like the new Atlanta, because it started to get chilly down in Atlanta. My daughter goes to school there. So I'm like, maybe we're switching. I'm okay with that. But no, it's been a great week for me. I share with Stacey. I got some R&R this weekend, which is always good. I don't do that often, but there was a day I did not get out of the bed. I just stayed in the bed, stayed warm, and watched television. Yes, that's what I did this weekend. So I hope that you had an amazing week, and I'm happy to be here today.
Look, there's nothing wrong with a little self-care, a little R&R. I see Orrin Hudson here. Hey, Orrin.
Oh, hey, Orrin.
Orrin, out here helping young people learn how to play chess and to just understand the game of life, right? It's a lot like a chessboard, and he has these life-size chess pieces. Yes. I just love what he does in the community and for our young people. So, hey, Orrin, first time I see you in the show, bro. So
right. He and I connected years ago through our Who's Who in Black Atlanta. So, hey, Orrin, how are you?
Oh, awesome. And good morning, Celia. Good to see you here. Hey, Michelle. Always great. Orrin said, I'm here. I know you are. You out here doing the do. And hey, Mecca, appreciate you being here as well. And this broadcast has brought us so much joy. I think we have more fun in our pre-shows than the actual airing of the show. And here goes our first official guest on the show, Stephen Jackson, Deja Vu's What-ish. Yes, Stephen, it's What-ish. We're back here again and just thrilled that we've been able to open up this platform, use it responsibly to give you tools, information, and inspiration on moving through the process. There's a process to progress. It just doesn't happen overnight. There's work that needs to be done. If we didn't start, remember when we started the show, we had no backgrounds. We had no opening music.
That's
we didn't have all this tickers going on. We
no
just
sound effects. Look, some days we didn't have a computer. Some days we were on the phone.
Exactly. So Orrin says that he wants to be on the show. Absolutely, Orrin. We will definitely make that happen as we go into season 3. We're going to be featuring a lot more of the individuals who've been watching the show, who've been taking the information and actually utilizing it. So if you bought our Dream Do Done journal, like Stephen did, he's been a part of the show. We featured him as the first person. And Stephen says, started from the bottom.
Okay, Stephen, we have let you into the inner circle clearly. Because now you're cutting up too, okay? Yeah. He's been to the green room. You know what I mean?
To the green room. That's what happens when you come to the green room.
Absolutely.
You cut up online, but that's the joy in doing this work. And I just so appreciate the fact that Some of you have been kind enough to send us messages. You sent us emails, you sent us text messages, you sent us DMs. Now, let me just tell everybody, I'm not the best with these DMs. So people slide in the DMs if I don't see it for like 3-6 months, because I can barely keep up with the stuff I need to keep up with. So if you send a DM and I missed it, just give me grace. But we thank you for letting us know what actions you're taking. That's how you compliment us on the Dream Do Done Accountability Podcast. What have you actually completed? What are you working on? And what are you courageous again to dream about? And I think that, today, as we talk about gratitude, we also want to encourage some new dreams, because it's been a rough year. Some people have given up. Some people are struggling to hold on to hope. And we want you to dream again, right? We can't control what's happened, but we can control our actions. We can control the things that we dream about, that we start doing, so that we can celebrate getting them done. So I appreciate the feedback, and we appreciate the feedback that you shared with us, so that we can be intentional on how we customize your experience in season 3 of Dream Do Done.
It's hard to believe that we've been at this going on 3 years. It really, really is. But just very blessed to be able to not only want to have you all rock with us over and over again every Monday at 1-ish, but just to see how far we've come as a collective, and us bringing all of our gifts together to pour into you. So we appreciate that. Oh, it looks like our sister is frozen a little bit. So right before the show, we discovered that she is switching over internet. So we might have some issues, some playback issues. So we'll just keep on rolling anyway.
Lord,
she's back. Look, I just told them, look, we're going to keep on rolling anyway. You know how we do on Dream Do Done.
I mean, in the middle, like, who does a tech upgrade in the middle of 1-ish on a Monday?
Look, I asked her, I said, did the vendor not know about 1-ish? Like, who doesn't know about 1-ish on Mondays?
Like, how dare they? But we are here. What I was trying to say was, as we talk about gratitude and the lessons that we've learned in life and in business, because here on Dream Do Done, we do highlight a lot of business information, but also personal growth information, because we're mothers, we're wives, we're business owners. So a lot of our information, it's an intersection between our business life, our personal life, and then just life, period. So, Tamara, what is one of the things that you would say has been one of your greatest lessons that you're grateful for this year as we're winding down 2020?
So I will say the thing that has really hit home for me is, it's 2 things. One, the ability to be able to pivot. None of us are where we were thinking we were going to be right now in 2020, just thinking of what we've been through. But that ability to be able to pivot and switch up and do different things and change the business around, or now you're doing digital and virtual events versus live and in person, that flexibility to be able to pivot is really key for me this year, because even though a lot of my business was digital and online, I still depended a lot on in person. And that really made me have to dig deep and like switch things around. So pivoting is one, but I still think the thing that gets me the most is the consistency. Being consistent no matter what, not letting COVID, not letting anything that came around in 2020 stop us from doing what we're supposed to do. Because it's easy to give up. It's easy to take a break, or I'll finish this next year, or I'll just start over in 2021. But that consistency is really very key. And that's one of the things that I definitely learned through 2020. And I will tell you this, you mentioned that Oren is on the line. Now, I've known him for many, many years, and you have too. And is he not consistent with that message that he's sharing with the world? Like, you don't know Oren and Say Chess. Like, that is consistency at its best. And I said, that's what we teach here on Dream Do Done, is that consistent action, being consistent and showing up. And that's what we're trying to show you through example. But just calling out someone who's on the line who brought that to me today, as soon as I heard his name, I'm like, oh, Chess guy.
Now that's good branding, right?
It is good branding, but you can't get good branding without being consistent. You know what I mean?
And Oren will set up his chessboard anywhere.
Anywhere.
I love it. And that's such a great example of consistency, because ever since I've known him, he's been on message consistently. If he's on an interview, on a radio show, on a TV show, if he's showing up at a conference, we spend a lot of time together at FraserNet at PNC, and he will have that whole chess display up. People are walking by like, wait a minute, is that a life-size chessboard? And it starts the conversation, and then he's very personable. So he calls people in. What a great example of being consistent. That's right. It's showing up. That's right. I love it. I love it. I love it. So for me, I would say that I agree with those two lessons. And another major lesson in 2020 specifically is really evaluating the relationships, right? And the difference between covenant relationships. It's no secret I'm the chief faithpreneur, so everything has the underlying of faith because that's what grounds what I do. But understanding that we have to be real careful in this season who we're aligning ourselves with, right? Who we're allowing to sit in our front row, who we're partnering with, if there's an alignment with the integrity, and then being okay with letting people do them, but it doesn't need to include you. Right. And if they're not moving in the same direction, that you're okay with having the courage to say, this is not working for me anymore, or we're not moving in the same direction. That's why I'm so grateful for our relationship here on Dream Do Done with you and Serena, that I know it's covenant relationship, that I know we're moving in the same direction of uplifting and growing, because sometimes people come with you to the party, but they can't go with you to the celebration, right? Absolutely. So you have to be okay with making those shifts and really evaluating who's stretching me, who's allowing me to grow, who's challenging what's next for me in a positive way that helps me show up better. So that's one of the lessons that, I will add to the learn of 2020.
And you know what? Sometimes, Stacey, that's not always easy to do when you are talking about relationships and having to leave a relationship, particularly if it's a long-term relationship, people you grew up with, family, friends. I mean, it's not always easy to make those decisions or to, separate some of that time. It's not that you're getting rid of people, but it's that you have to decide how much time you can spend with people and if they're going in that same trajectory. And it's not always easy to make that decision. So when you talk about the courage to do so, it really does sometimes take the courage to be able to acknowledge it, to recognize it, and then to take the action to kind of go your way and continue on your path.
Absolutely. So that I'll add for number 3, because you talked about, that consistency and making sure that we're showing up in a certain way, relationships. The second one that I'll share, and then we'll ask those of you that are listening in, if you want to chime in with your lessons, we'd love to hear them, is being able to show my receipts, right? There was a false sense of humility, like, oh, you don't need to tell everybody what you do, well, how are they gonna know what you do on a broader scale and pay you for your expertise and engage with you in what you're offering in the marketplace? So I didn't show all my receipts, or that's not typically me. If you know me, I'm just doing, right? And I'm just making it happen. I'm connecting people behind the scenes. I've been secretly behind some of the success of others. But in this season, I'm like, no, I'm doing like the millennials. Here my receipts. So that's my other lesson. Here my receipts. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. That's I didn't just wake up today and all of a sudden I got a TV network and I'm running Destiny Designers University and I have an MWBE. No, I've been working like Oren, right? We're not new to this. We've been out here making it happen each and every day. So yeah, we're going to show our receipts. Who's challenged me? That's right. Show off better than I
But you know what? Receipts are such an important part of the process, not only for you to be able to show others what you do, but it's also a track record for yourself. Sometimes we get so down on ourselves, or things happen, life happens, 2020 happened, but you have those receipts as your track record that really shows you who you are, what you can do, and you don't have to fall victim to any of this stuff because you know you can do more. So your receipts are for you as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As Stephen said, his lesson is okay not to have all of the answers. Amen to that, right? Like, you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to know enough people who do.
That's right.
Talk about that all the time.
And you definitely don't have to have all the answers before you get started. That's what a lot of us fall victim to. Like, oh, I got to get this, and this all lined in a row before I say, yes, I'm about to do it. I'm about to leap. No, you do not have to have everything answered before you get started, because the right people, the right situations will move into your atmosphere and help you where you don't always feel the strongest. I mean, that I'm a testimony to that. I am a DIYer. I do a lot of things myself, but there are some things that I should not be doing. I shouldn't spend my time doing that because it's best spent here. And all the people that I needed just fell into place. And you have to believe that that will happen for you as well. So no, you do not have to have all the answers, and definitely not before you get started.
Absolutely. Hey, Elizabeth, she's like, networking works. It does. Because then it allows you to meet other people and other expertise. You know, as we continue to scale our business, there's certain things I don't desire to do, don't plan to do. I outsource them to people on the team with the expertise, right? So that's why the business has to be profitable enough so I can pay them, right? Absolutely. So when you come to me looking for a freebie, now I'm out. Can't do it. Like, how can I pay everybody? How can I really have a profitable business? And that's the shifting in mindset through growth and moving past bootstrapping to actually being able to monetize your brilliance in the marketplace and utilizing some of the things that we talk about here, not only for business, but for your personal mental capacity, right? How are you growing and expanding and taking time to go on a spa day or retreat or lay up in bed and just watch a few things because you've done the work and you have systems working for you that are still generating income while you rest so that you can regroup and go to the next level and stage of your journey. So it's all a process, and Dream Do Done is here to hold you accountable to it. Our journal is here for you to, and let me just remind you what the journal looks like, but our journal is here for you to be able to utilize it. Yeah, there she goes. Utilize it in a way that helps you map out what you need to do and be able to hold yourself accountable to the very thing that you've been praying on. A lot of folks are like, oh, well, I need this and I need that. Well, if you're not moving and doing, how many journals to get a shirt?
Wait, and we got on 2 different shirts today. Both of them blinged out.
Both of them blinged out. We have to make a male version without the bling, and we're going to make the shirts available actually at the top of the year. So we'll have that. So thank you, Stephen, for asking about our shirts. We'll make sure that all of our merchandise is updated on the website so that you can definitely get a shirt. So just a reminder for those who haven't visited the website before, it's dreamdodone.com. And Celia says something important. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. You're no longer hungry. I love it. So here on Dream Do Done, you can also enroll in our masterclass sessions. And hello, family. Excuse the noise because clearly my children don't understand that Dream Do Done is going on. And they are making noise while I'm broadcasting. So there's going to be blank, blank, blank to pay when this broadcast is over. The nerve and the audacity. They know I'm live right now. So back to Dream Do Done. And the fact that you can get your journal, you can be a part of our masterclass. And to come, Stephen, our shirts will be available in both male and female and unisex, depending on what it is that you desire, and you'll be able to order our shirts as well. So you've watched us. We're not just talking about dreaming and doing. This whole broadcast was a dream. It was, hey, what can we do to serve our audience together? How can we play together in this space where all 3 business owners, we've done some collaborations together. We have a great time when we do our masterminding. How can we bring that to the world? What would that look like? It was literally a dream, and a dream that turned into a conversation. And then in true fashion of all 3 of our personalities, we moved to execution. We started doing. Because all you got to do is tell me once, and I'm down the block. And Tamara's like, okay, well, this is how we'll do it. And Serena's like, wait. Well, hold on. Let's
we're starting another show.
So you've watched us do what we do. Celia's going to connect with you in 2021. Yep, absolutely. Elizabeth said, awesome. So there's the work and the power of the synergy with the three of us. And to the extent now that we're going to be offering some of our accountability sessions within Destiny Designers University. This is a collaboration that's been building and building that I know without a shadow of a doubt the value that my faculty members will be offering for people to invest in their on-demand training and development for my tribe of faithpreneurs. I don't have to second guess that Stephen Jackson is going to do a good job, that Tamara Hartley and Serena Brown Travis are going to do a good job, that, Elizabeth Madison, and, I can name all of them, but that's the power in moving past the dream stage and doing. When we launched in 2014, I didn't know what it would look like in 2020, but if I didn't launch in 2014, I wouldn't have easily shifted into a hybrid event of virtual for 2020 with Faithpreneur Weekend and the training that we're doing, right? So you have to start now with setting up what you want later. The work doesn't begin at top of the year, January 1st. It begins with what you've done in 2020. And we're just grateful that we've had this opportunity to be of service to you as we look at what's next for our show and for our offerings. So definitely get your daily journal. Thank you, Stephen, for being one of the first to purchase. And you've actually been giving them out as gifts during this season. And I appreciate that he's always supporting, right? He's consistent with who he is, not just the community of WeBo, current students and alumni, but he's always making sure that he's doing business with alumni, that he's helping them get their voices out and amplifying what they're doing in a peer-to-peer accountability of success. So I'm just thrilled that we've had this time and space for 2 years. God bless us to see the last Monday is it really the last Monday next week?
Yes,
Tamara?
it is. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen to these dates. Like, wow. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, here we is. Look, what the kids say, we out here. Right? The last Monday in 2020 to be able to have done this for you, with you, and together. Some of you feel like you know us personally, those who didn't know all three of us because of what we shared. And we've been transparent in our stories, in our journey, so that we can inspire you for what's possible. That's all that somebody does. If they're doing something you haven't done, it's serving as inspiration of what's possible for you. Yeah. So continue to be inspired. Don't eat too much this week, right? Slow down on the eggnog, the turkey, the ham, whatever else y'all making, and go move something. At least drink enough water so you can flush your system with everything that you're eating to stay healthy during this season, right? COVID-19 has not disappeared. This is serious business. Let's do our part to stay healthy, wash our hands, wear our masks, not gather in large crowds. We don't know who's asymptomatic. It just is what it is. It's not made up in fabrication. A lot of us have lost loved ones, and certain things could have been prevented if we were just using wisdom. So use wisdom, be safe, enjoy just the blessing of life that we're still here. So many didn't make it to this point in 2020. So let's use this life intentionally to be a blessing. Tamara, I'll let you close us out because I know you have to get ready for what's next on your schedule. And I want to make sure we have no more interruptions by the service provider who didn't understand it's 1-ish on Monday.
Absolutely. I just want to encourage everyone to, again, be safe, enjoy your family and friends as much as you can in a safe way. I look forward to hearing from you next week to see some new memories that you might have created around the Christmas holiday and just the holidays with your family and friends. What are the new things that you're doing instead of going and visiting and doing all the things we're used to doing, but still celebrating family and friends? So I look forward to hearing from that. But I wish you all a happy holiday, and I will see you next week.
Yes, indeed. We're going to close out the year together. I'm going to make sure I have some music for the after party next week as we are counting down to the new year. All right, everyone.